Hello gentlemen, and welcome to another video, although strictly speaking I should be saying ladies and gentlemen. You can see from this screenshot of my YouTube stats that 99.3% of my viewers are male and 0.7% are female. So excellent, make yourselves known, ladies. Primarily what this video is about is I was testing out some different tracks for my upcoming 60s championship that I'm going to do on YouTube. I'll chat more about that later on. And I discovered in a Reddit post that when you're watching the replays, if you go to the trackside camera and then press the minus key on your numpad, not the one along the top row of your keyboard, it has to be the one on the numpad, you get some absolutely stunning views. So I thought, well, I've done a practice race at Silverstone which worked out very well the other night, so I saved the replay of that and I've kind of chopped up some footage here for you to see some of these views. Apparently, if you're watching race replay in VR and you select the track cam view, it's great. You see the cars going past you at the start finish, and then I didn't understand how it never started to follow the cars after that. You were just left sitting there in the grandstand or at trackside. You have to use this minus key when watching the replay in VR from trackside, and it jumps as soon as the cars disappear. You press the key and it jumps to your next viewing point, and again and again and again. So I must try doing that in a video. You would probably get some fantastic footage from that as well. I'm going to be using this gorgeous 67 skin pack again. So following on from my video the other day where I was extolling the virtues of maybe making a small donation to these guys, this is Alain Fry and some of his mates. You can see the details here. So I've just gone and dumped £5 into their PayPal account because I get so much enjoyment out of this skin pack. I suggest you guys do the same, and I'll leave the PayPal link in the video description so as you can go and do that. Okay, so let's go and have a look at some of these wonderful camera angles that I've discovered. So we'll start off in the cockpit here as standard, and we shall let them get through Cop's Corner, and then I'll start showing you some of these lovely views. Such a brilliant recreation of the old circuit this as well. So here we go. Look at this beautiful panning round. Isn't that incredible? Back to the cockpit view. So what I've done here is I've edited down alternating cockpit view, nice swirly camera view, cockpit view, just to give you a little idea of things. Nice depth of field effects there. It looks like a movie, doesn't it? It's just absolutely brilliant. Look at the detail on that skin and on that car. So as usual, I started last, and I've already made up a few places. This is like watching that movie Grand Prix, isn't it? So as this is playing, I'll just mention a little bit about my upcoming 60s season where I'll be racing these cars. I'm just finalising the tracks just now. What I'm doing is I've got a short list and I'm just trying each one out quickly with the AI just to make sure the AI behaves itself at each circuit. and to kind of set the AI level, because it differs from circuit to circuit, what I've found. Sometimes I'm at 80, sometimes I'm at 85, sometimes I'm up at 90. So I've got to find a nice kind of setting for each circuit, which will give you guys some good viewing. One thing I'm not sure about though, and this is where I'd quite like your input in the comments, I'm not sure whether to run with damage on or damage off. Now, there's pros and cons to both. I mean, if I run with damage off and I have a prang somewhere, it at least gives me a chance to get back on the circuit and try and salvage something and still give an entertaining race. Whereas if I go for the more realistic angle, damage on, it could knacker my whole race if I have a crash, but equally other cars may get damage. So what do you reckon, guys? Leave me a comment, let me know, damage on or damage off. The other thing I'm going to get back into a little bit, which I used to do quite a lot when I was racing in the eSeniors League, was a bit of live streaming. Now, those of you who maybe caught my stream last night on my channel, that was very unplanned. One of my friends from eSeniors who set up another league, SRC, which is Seniors Racing League, they were always primarily ACC, and to be honest with you, ACC doesn't really float my boat anymore. It leaves me quite cold, especially with this physics update in AMS2 version 1.5. I just don't get the same kind of visceral driving feeling from ACC that I do from this. So that's kind of why I stopped taking part in the eSeniors League, and I wasn't too tempted with the spin-off Senior Racing Club either. However, they have now introduced Fun Friday Night AMS2 races since the 1.5 update, because they're all pretty impressed with the physics. So I got a message from Mark, who kind of runs that group, and said, you know, do you fancy coming on tonight? We're racing AMS2, we're doing minis at the old Kailami circuit. So I joined that last night, and I'll link the video here, the live stream here, which I've edited down a little bit. Unfortunately, no commentary. Now this was my fault. I used to do commentary on all my old eSeniors live streams. However, last night I had to stream running on my second monitor to make sure it was okay, and I switched the mic on, and I was a bit worried that what I was saying was going to come over all the other guys' headphones, which I didn't obviously want. They don't want to hear me prattling on for 45 minutes in a race. So I switched my mic on. I asked if it was coming over audio-wise in the group, and a couple of seconds later I heard that echoed in my headset, and I thought, oh my god, it is. I'll switch my mic off. Of course, what was happening was I was hearing the echo from my stream. I realised that after the live stream, so I'm sorry if you watched that and there was no commentary. It was still fantastic fun. I mean, wow, racing these minis around old Kailami, close racing, really visceral fun. There was a bit of a muck-up with the server settings, because I think Mark and the guys are still learning it a little bit. We realised there was going to be no pit stop, and then somebody realised that the Mini's fuel tank wasn't big enough to carry enough fuel to do the whole 45-minute race. So a pit stop, a mandatory pit stop, was hastily added, but unfortunately there was a setting missed where you could add fuel. So you had to make a mandatory pit stop, which I wasn't aware of, but even if you did do that, you couldn't put any more fuel in. So the end result was, near the end of the race, guys were running out with half a lap to go, or even less. I ran out almost at the start-finish line, and I think Mark coasted over the line with 0.1 of a litre left in his tank. But oh my goodness me, it was great fun. I'll definitely be doing that again. A very quick word on what's been happening on my channel over the past week to week and a half, where it's kind of, for me, exploded. You can see that as I'm shooting this video on Saturday morning, Saturday the 19th of August 2023, I'm currently sitting at 498 subscribers. Now, you know, just less than 2 weeks ago I was down about 300, so this is great. I'm so thankful for you guys jumping on board. It really does drive me forward to make more videos, motivates me, so thank you so much. Having said that, you can see from this quick screenshot of my stats from this morning, the actual conversion rate for people watching compared to people who have actually subscribed is really bad. So if you fancy subscribing, if you're enjoying hearing me chat away here and you're enjoying this footage, I'd love to have you on board. Now, Silverstone has got a very special place in my heart. It is a circuit I've been to most in real life, and I remember the first time I went was 1995, and my wife, who was just my girlfriend at the time, we got a bus down from Edinburgh overnight to Silverstone. It drove through the night. I think it got there about 5 or half 5 in the morning, and we got set up at Abbey Corner, and what a day it was. I have great memories of it. That was the year that Hill and Schumacher had to crash just as they went underneath the Abbey Bridge and round the right-hander. I think my wife was away at the loo at the time and missed it completely. But after that, I went to Silverstone pretty much from 1995 to about 2013. I went every single year. Absolutely loved it. So this is the closing stages of this race. Look at these camera angles. You want to go and try this, guys. Oh, close there. But yeah, great fun, great camera angles. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I shall catch you again soon. Cheers for now.